Come on in, guys. Welcome to my living room. Hi, what's your name?
I'm 2.
Oh, and how old are you? Can I shake your hand? How's it going? High five. Low five. Any kind of five. You guys are a good-looking family. Do you guys do catalogs and stuff?
We should.
You should. What do you guys spend so much of your time doing as a family?
Watching movies, eating snacks, and doing homework.
Oh, well, good for you. What do you guys all like to do together as a family?
Eat.
If I could give you guys an extra Saturday every week, what would you all want to do together?
Going out on the lake with him.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
Go to the park.
Go to the movies or swim in the pool. Yeah, pool party. I like pool parties.
All right. Bella, who's the nicest person in your family?
All my family.
Oh, that was a cop-out. Leilani, if I gave your dad $100, what would he go buy?
A new house.
Oh, ooh, a nice one at that. And what would your mom buy with $100?
Lots of makeup.
What would you say your dad spends too much time doing?
On his computer. Work. Spending too much time on Snapchat.
What about your mom? What does she spend too much time doing?
Talking to her sisters.
Okay, what about your mom? What does she spend too much time doing?
Things like making sure we're okay. She could,
You're
like, have
you're
some fun.
clearly the best person in this family.
So, I'm in a new chapter of my life. I'm a parent of adult children who have had children. So, I'm officially in the grandparent stage of parenting. That's why I know what I'm about to tell you is true. Whatever phase your kid is in right now, it will go by faster than you think. You will blink and your toddler will be going to his first day of school. Blink again and your second grade daughter will be getting a mobile phone. And blink again and your middle school son will be getting a driver's license. And with every phase of your kid's life, you'll have to rethink how you parent. If I could go back and start over with my children, I would love to know some of the things I know now. And that's what this series is about. A few years ago, we started a project called It's Just a Phase, because we want to help parents show up in the right way during the phases in their kid's life. The point is, your son or daughter is changing every week, every month, and every year. And that means you have to change as a parent too. You just can't parent a 7-year-old the same way you parented a 3-year-old. And you can't parent a 13-year-old the same way you parented a 7-year-old. In the next session, we're going to talk about how you have to leverage and anticipate every phase. To illustrate this in a compelling way, we've started a tradition with a lot of families. We love to hand out a jar of marbles to each parent when a child is born. And each jar has approximately 936 marbles. Why? Because that's the number of weeks estimated between birth and high school graduation. Parents and leaders are challenged to reduce the marbles to the actual number of weeks each child has left in their home. Then they're given a simple assignment. Remove 1 marble each week as a reminder that they have a limited amount of time with their kids. The practice of losing marbles has had a strange effect on a number of families. It illustrates the collective value of time. It helps them see what we would say happens when you spend time with a kid over a period of time. This simple visual helped them readjust their priorities. It made each week matter a little more. It reinforced a simple principle. When you see how much time you have left, you tend to get serious about the time you have now. It's actually why Moses said, "Teach us to number our days so that we may have or gain a heart of wisdom." Do you know what a heart of wisdom is? I don't either, but it's better than being stupid. Think of this as a kind of visual countdown clock. If you've ever watched a basketball game, you get what I'm talking about, right? The countdown clock can start having a strange effect on the players and fans. Have you ever noticed how intense and serious the game gets when you get closer to the end? The countdown clock has the potential to affect everyone's focus and concentration, because there's something about putting a number to the actual weeks you will have with a kid or a teenager that helps you see your time in a smarter way. The power of this illustration is that it reminds you of two things that are both true at the same time. First of all, every week matters. What you do this week in your kid's life is important. Every week is important because you only have a limited amount of weeks in their life. But a second principle is also true. You don't have to do it all in a week. This one visual not only shows you the worth of each week, but it also shows you how all the weeks add up to do something collectively that is very powerful. You might think that putting a number on the time you have left with your kids before they leave home would drive you crazy. But in a sense, it can keep you from panicking. Because the collection of marbles is a reminder that time is simply a platform you can leverage to accomplish something significant over time in the life of your kids. There's a sense in which we think losing your marbles can actually keep you from losing your marbles. You see, this is really just an illustration of why time over time matters. You don't have to make every second count when you understand that how what you do this week is connected to what you do next week and the next week and the next week. Think about it this way. Time was created, right? If God made time, then obviously time has a purpose. It's no accident that the Earth spins on its equator at approximately 1,000 miles per hour as it moves through space at a speed of 67,000 miles per hour. It's no accident that the sun rises and sets with mathematical accuracy and that the seasons change. The entire universe has a predictable rhythm. The cosmos works together like gears on a clock. And if we can read it, we can evaluate and predict how things grow, change, and age. So it just seems obvious that time exists for a purpose. Have you ever stopped to think that maybe God established time as a platform so he could communicate something so complex that it needed to be presented strategically over time? I mean, why didn't God send Jesus to fix the problem of sin as soon as Adam and Eve ate the fruit in the garden? He could have resolved the issue then and there, but he waited. He used time. He gave Abraham a son. He let Joseph sit in jail. He sent Moses to deliver a nation. He let a nation wander in the desert for decades. Have you ever thought about why? It was as if God decided, I can help you understand something with time that you could never really understand in a moment. You see, there are aspects of God's nature, secrets about life, codes to the universe that are so intricate, they simply take time to decipher. And if a Heavenly Father uses time to clarify and solidify certain values in our heart over time, then how we use time over time may be the best way to cultivate what matters in the hearts of our own children as well. In other words, some of the most significant gifts you can give your children is what you give them over time. And during the next weeks, we're going to invite you to lose your marbles in a very strategic way. We want to help you leverage your time effectively during each phase of your kid's life, to help you use your weeks to give your son or daughter the right kind of emotional building blocks, to help you have critical conversations about sex, technology, and faith, to set them up to become responsible and productive adults. It's not just 936 marbles, it's your time. For example, if a kid is 9 years old, you've already lost half of your marbles. You're down to 468 marbles. It also means you only have 312 marbles before they get their driver's license. Trust me, when they start driving, things will really pick up speed. After that, you only have 4 more summer vacations with them before they probably move out. You did know that, right? One day your kids will actually move out. I tell new moms to put a suitcase in their baby's nursery the day they bring them home from the hospital. Why? Because the sooner we start acting like we are packing their bags, the more serious we will get about the time we have. We're not raising kids, we're raising adults, and we need to act like they really will move out one day. I mean, they will still speak to you occasionally, probably. You will still see them during some holidays, but it's never really going to be the same again. No, I'm not trying to depress you. I'm just trying to illustrate how fast it really goes and to raise the bar a little on what happens this week. So what you do over time will create a positive pattern. And what you do over time will make a greater impact. And what you do over time will give you a deeper relationship. So just remember, the ordinary things you do can make an extraordinary difference when you do them over time.